Pregame.com.
Thanksgiving leftovers for a pair of disinterested teams. This is Brad Powers, Pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip. We're talking Thanksgiving NFL action. We got a good one. It's the nightcap on NBC. We have the G-Men, the Giants, at the Washington Redskins. Fez, who do you like in this matchup and why?
I am going over. Yes, an over for me, over 44.5, and it's all about that Washington offense being elite. Cousins has emerged as a top 7 quarterback in the NFL, and we really saw that offense clicking the last couple of games against that vaunted Viking defense. Washington gets 30 points on offense, and then against the Saints defense that has been tremendous this year, well into the top 10 the past 8 weeks. They put up 30 on the New Orleans Saints D as well, clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, and I'll give it to you. He's been effective this year despite all these injuries at the offensive line, but Fez, Kirk Cousins, a top 7 quarterback in the NFL?
Brady, Breeze, Wentz, Wilson. You got 3 more guys you'd rather have?
Yeah, I'd rather have Matthew Stafford.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Okay. How about Phillip Rivers?
Interception prone in the 4th quarter with the game on the line? I don't think so.
What about Roethlisberger?
Big Ben. Maybe at home, certainly not on the road.
All right, fair enough. You got a point there. Now, with the offensive line getting back healthy, do we expect, hey, he's clearly going to be a top 7 quarterback? We're not going to have any argument here.
Oh, and I think you got to look at what's happened to the Redskins. He loses both of his 1,000-yard receivers. He loses Jackson. He loses Garcon. No problem. And those guys have done nothing for their new teams this year. It shows, hey, maybe it was Cousins that was getting them the ball. He had one game where his entire O-line was out. No problem. He has consistently performed despite not having that O-line, and now it's getting healthier. This offense is going to click as long as that O-line stays somewhat together, patchwork style, the rest of the year.
Let's just talk about this overall game. I mean, you got the 2-8 Giants, short travel week, against the 4-6 Redskins, a team that probably lost all their playoff hopes last week in the final 3 minutes on the road against the Saints. I don't see these two teams being very high intensity in this game.
Yeah, over-under for the crowd, seats 80,000, maybe 45,000 actual fans, and intensity low. Normally, I hate playing division games over because higher intensity usually translates to better defense. Lower intensity, hey, you lose it when you have to do that effort for tackling. All the players, the playmakers still want to score. I think that promotes the offense, both teams out of the playoffs.
Talk about your second key handicap.
The Washington defense is regressing. It is absolutely back to its 2016 level where it's just not able to stop anyone anymore. We saw that against the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, they're playing better on offense, but scoring 38 points at Washington, that should never happen. And then against the Saints, up 15, they got the game won. And I think Troy Aikman said, oh, you could go ahead and they just applied the dagger. This sucker is over. No, not when the Washington defense has to go out there and make a stop, which they were unable to do.
And great additional value, in my opinion, here. You look on the other side, the Giants game last week, played in 35, 40-mile-an-hour winds. You can probably throw that one out the window, can't you?
Yeah, I really think so with those wind gusts. You talked in an earlier video about the impact of wind on scoring. Unfortunately, I did not get that weather report in time on that game, but I do think Eli is still a capable quarterback, even with all his receivers hurt, and frankly, any capable quarterback is going to put points up against this Redskin team.
All right, I like it. Going with an over in a primetime game, Fez. Let's make it official.
Let's make it official. Washington has a top 7 offense. Cousins has emerged as an elite quarterback, and the crippled O-line is getting healthier for the Redskins. And the Redskins defense has regressed. They just collapsed versus the Vikings and had a 4th quarter collapse against the Saints. The Fez Math says go over the 44.5. More videos, pregame.com.